Where the Piscataqua River meets the Atlantic Ocean lies Wood Island, a small plot of land with a rich maritime history. The Wood Island Lifesaving Station was built here in 1908 for the U.S. Lifesaving Service. The Coast Guard had not yet been established. The crew of men who lived here were called surfmen. Their job to protect and save mariners in distress.
Well, this is selflessness. So these men were getting in rowing boats in storms in the worst possible weather to go save others. Just like the Coast Guard does today, better equipment today, but the same bravery. So what we're talking about is preserving that legacy and that incredible bravery here at this museum.
Sam Reed is the force behind the restoration of the Wood Island Lifesaving Station. It has taken 13 years, nearly $7 million, and a lot of hard work to uphold the legacy of the surfmen. What did it look like when you first came out here?
Absolute derelict. No windows, no doors. There were turkey vultures, buzzards living in the building. Really dangerous. Asbestos everywhere. Underground leaking storage tanks.
Sam and the rest of his group convinced the Kittery Board of Selectmen to allow them to restore the building and create a museum at no cost to the town.
The town of Kittery owns the building and they own the island, and of course they were very cautious about creating contracts with a brand new nonprofit. But I think we've really shown that the risk they took on us was well placed.
The construction work began in 2016, finding workers and figuring out how to get the materials out to this tiny island. Well, short of an act of Congress, Sam reached out to everyone he could think of.
The National Guard of Maine has been an incredible partner for us, and they really built these seawalls.
The Portsmouth Navy Yard offered up its boat ramp for the concrete trucks.
We got the materials here using various barges, and it was logistically challenging.
It's a fun project. I mean, to be able to work on an island like this.
Ro Cole is an experienced carpenter who has spent the last 5 years working on the restoration, rebuilding the pier and the marine railway. This 200-foot working railway carries the newly restored 1930s rescue boat, the Mervyn Roberts, into the building. Imagine the surfmen launching their wooden rescue boat in the pitch black of a stormy night from this railway to save sailors at sea. Inside the museum, Ro, along with preservation timber framing, rebuilt the interior, and they had their work cut out for them.
The basement was completely filled with rocks. There was, so you excavate all of that out. A ton of seagull poop on everything. So there was a bunch of hazmat that had to be done in the beginning. That's all original in there. This is kind of to show what the place looked like before we started.
Well, this is the best view in the house.
This is one of my favorite spots, for sure.
The lookout tower and observation deck. You cannot beat this view.
It's amazing, right?
The tower offers sweeping views of Newcastle and Kittery, as well as nearby Whaleback Lighthouse. On clear days from sunrise to sunset, a surfman would man the tower to watch for boats in distress. At night, they would patrol the island and use flares to warn boats coming into the harbor not to get too close to the rocky shore.
This building is 1908, and radios were coming in right around that time. Not every boat would have that. So there were flares, red rockets, if you were in jeopardy. And they also would shoot a flare to say, we see that you're in jeopardy. We know, we're watching, don't worry. But yeah, it was visual line of sight, largely.
In fact, these storm warriors made more than 60 recorded rescues during the 40-year period, and there were devastating losses as well.
I mean, this is a terrible place for a building, terrible place for a pier, but it's part of sort of the metaphor that the only reason people were here was to be in the middle of a storm.
Sam Reed had a lot of help in making this museum a reality, but it was his dedication and tenacity towards this project that kept it alive for more than a decade, overcoming a litany of legal roadblocks and challenges.
Even my sweet mother questioned my sanity from time to time. Yeah, it's been a long road. It's been a wonderful journey, and the community of people that I've gotten to know and frankly have encouraged to come together, hopefully to help others, is really the big message. So yes, we've reached the end of the project. We're open for the public to the museum, but we're really just starting to help others as a bigger mission. Our slogan that we're working with for Wood Island Lifesaving Station is helping others then and now. So sure, we've got a great museum. You'll be able to have events here, overnight stays. All of that is true. It's worth the visit. But what we're also doing is helping other charities, and we're doing it very successfully.